Hi you guys, thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. It is an upgraded channel now for 2021. And I'm gonna be posting a lot more content for you guys this year. I've been slacking off the last year because of school and work and COVID and having a boyfriend. So, today we're gonna have a really good video. I'm gonna give you guys some student statement of purpose tips when you have these 3 situations, and yeah, we're gonna answer them. A lot of people have been asking me if they can even apply for a study permit if they're in this situation, or how they can construct their statement of purpose if they are in these 3 situations. So we're gonna answer that today. Stay tuned. So the 3 situations that we have today, these are the top 3 that I've seen in my comment box, in my messages. A lot of people have been asking me about this, and today we're going to answer. Number 1 is, what if the course that you choose to study in Canada is not related to your program? Number 2 is your age. Number 3 is if you have no job experience. If you're in these 3 situations, then you can't apply. I'm just kidding. You can definitely apply. These are nothing if you would just explain it very good or very clearly and justify all these situations in your study plan, then that is no problem. But you have to find the right words to put in your study plan if you have these situations. Okay? So let's talk about number 1. What if the course you want to take in Canada is not related to your background in the Philippines or the degree you're holding? I'm running out of breath. Well, if that's the case, then you must really explain in your study plan that you're very much interested in this field, even though it's not what you took in the past. We're free people. We can have 5 or 100 fields of studies if we wanted to, if we really want to pursue it. But you must really persuade that this is what you want and this is what you need in order to have a good life in the Philippines. That's our keyword today. No, actually 2 keywords today: justify and Philippines, because we're justifying all of this in our study plan. All these situations we're justifying in our study plan, and we're bringing it back to the Philippines, because I've told you guys 100 times that in your study plan or statement of purpose, you must convince the consul officer that you have plans to come back to the Philippines. So when you're trying to explain it, you must really try to make them understand that you're interested in this field, and narrate to them or display in your study plan that you want a future with this field that you're going to take to the Philippines. Oh, even though you took engineering and you have an engineering background, you also have a passion for culinary. And what better country to take it than Canada, because it has high quality education, and you want those experiences that you want to bring back to the Philippines when you want to become a chef in the Philippines. Okay? It doesn't matter if you took whatever course in the past. If you are able to show interest in another field and you're able to justify that you need that field in order for you to come back to the Philippines and get a job in that field, then no problem. The consul officer has no choice, because you can pay the tuition, that's your interest, and that's what you want to gain when you come back to work in the Philippines. Okay? It's really not rocket science. I know it's very crucial because there are a lot of refusals that state that they think that the course that you're applying to is way it's way different from what you have experienced and background. But that's exactly why we're studying it, because you want to gain experience and then come back to the Philippines to apply those experiences. So yeah, it's just a matter of how genuine you are, because if that's really something that you want to learn, then nobody can judge you for that. So don't worry if you have a different background. You can still apply if you're just very thorough and precise in your study plan and how you explain it, because all they really want for you is to be genuine enough to be a student and actually study in Canada, and then come back to your home country and apply what you gained and your experience as a student in Canada. That's in their minds. That's all they're thinking about. If you're a genuine student, and if you're gonna apply that and come back to the Philippines. Actually, do not put in their minds that what you did in the past was just a waste of your time, because they don't like it when when you pity yourselves, because they might think that you're giving up in your home country and you just want to go to Canada because there are better opportunities. Don't do that. Just tell them your interest in that field that you want, even though it's different from your background, and what are your plans and goals in that field. And everything always goes back to the Philippines, and you want to tell them that what you gain in your studies in Canada, you're going to apply in the Philippines, so that they know your intentions to come back to your home country, na hindi ka magtiti-enti, okay? So that's the best way to convince them that even though it's a different field from what you have before, you're still interested in studying it. You're not just doing it to gain a visa, okay? So when you're creating a study plan, you guys, you must really tell them that this is for pure studies. And you can say that it's a good idea because you can still work while being a student, but more on the studies part, because you are getting a student permit, not a work permit. So the convincing all has to be of you being a genuine student. Number 2, your age. So a lot of people have been asking me this. Is there an age limit to getting a study permit? What if I just graduated K-12? Well, si ate, si lola, si lolo, si papa, si mama, kahit sino makakapag-apply ng student visa. You just really have to justify that you chose this age to apply the student permit. So for K-12 graduates, you have no problem because you have just graduated senior high school, and you're just figuring out what field you want to get into, and you can just really say like, this is the field that I want. This field is not really it's not really popular in the Philippines, and you know that it's popular in Canada, and you know you'd gain more experiences if you study this kind of practice in Canada, and you want that experience so that you can apply your experiences to the Philippines to get ready yourself in the work environment in the Philippines. So it's not really something that you really have to explain, because you're just getting started. You just have to show your interest still, and you have to show you're mature. I think you have to have one more document to show, especially if you're still a minor, because you just graduate senior high school, or you need one more documentation to show that you're a mature student. Anyways, so for K-12, it's really easy. Just make a normal study plan. They're very accepting of K-12 graduates now. Before, you have to have a bachelor's degree. It would be better if you have a bachelor's degree to get a study permit, but now they're very accepting in that situation. So no problem with K-12. You can still apply. As of those who are of age already, what you really just need to do is to explain why you chose that certain time, why you chose now to study in Canada, to pursue studies. What have you been doing for the past years? just be honest, like literally just be honest to them. Maybe you're taking care of your mom or taking care of kids, and you chose now, you have the time now, and you have the money now, and you have invested and you want to invest in studies abroad, and you chose Canada because you want to gain that experience once again to come back home to the Philippines and apply what you've learned in those studies. So no problem with your age, literally. You just have really to explain that my lipstick is so bad. You just really have to explain why you chose that certain time to pursue your studies abroad, because they are gonna ask, they are gonna question like why you chose that time and you didn't do it way before. And we have our reasons, and our reasons, if they're just honest in our study plan, they will really consider that, because Canada is very lenient. Canada is a kind country, and if you don't try to mess with their head, just don't try to mess with their head, and they will really consider all of your reasons if you're just honest with them. So put what you've been doing for the past years and your reasons of pursuing that field at this time, and always give them future goals that you want, and the future goals needs to be in the Philippines.
Ain't no better side in the planet for you to reside. Palm trees under the sun on varied islands.
Okay, so I can't express it enough. You really have to convince them that you're gonna come back to the Philippines. So with age, it doesn't matter. It's just a matter of explanation. It matters. Yeah. Anybody can apply. Kahit sino sa atin makakapag-apply. Hindi naman nila ma-blame or ma-judge tayo kung we chose a certain age to study something, because we can study anything anytime we want. If we want to, not really their choice. So, walang problema sa mga ganon. But i-explain mo lang talaga sa kanila na ano ka, gusto mo talagang mag-aral doon, and gusto mo talagang i-pursue yun para sa kinabukasan mo sa Pilipinas. So the last one is, what if you have no job experience? I know there's a lot of refusals as well with people not having job experiences and then applying for a student visa. But again, it's just a matter of explanation that why you don't have that. And be honest. And for the love of God, please don't pity yourselves. Don't pity yourselves in your study plan. Don't say that you've been sad, or it's sad because you can't get a job. Don't do that, because they might think that the only reason you're going to go to Canada is because there's a lot of opportunities and you can get a job easier. Don't do that. So you guys get what I'm saying, right? So this is for situations where you already have a bachelor's degree of a certain field, but you don't have that job experience. It's not our fault. Like, it's not you guys' fault. It's not all the time that you graduate from a certain field and then you work in the same field as well, because you guys are in the Philippines. I know how hard it is to get a job in your field. So unforeseen events, you have to do what you have to do. You have to get a job, and it might not be the job that you want or related to your field, but you just really have to put that in your study plan and then tell them that you want to progress in your field. That's why you're studying in Canada, to come back to the Philippines, and maybe you can get that job that you wanted because you gain more experiences. It's better for a resume, because it's better for a resume graduated in that field, and then we have a diploma in that field, so we get a better job in the Philippines. But for those who have no job experience at all, then you really have to explain what have you been doing with your time, why you didn't get a job, followed by your interest in wanting a diploma in a certain field that Canada gives the best education in, and then come back and actually do work in the Philippines with that experience. So it's all mumble jumble. It's like it's going twist and turn, and then goes back to the Philippines, and then you explain something, and then it had to go back to the Philippines. And really the intentions are for you to be a genuine student and for you to come back to your home country. That's the main point in your study plan. Whatever topic you're talking about in your study plan, with our guidelines and our outlines, everything must come back with you being a genuine student and your intentions to come back to your home country. That's how you make a good study plan, a good statement of purpose. And that's how you get an approved visa. Not guaranteed, but I assure you, if you organize your study plan in this way and make it positive, remember, don't pity yourselves in your study plan. Make it positive, make it feel like it was written by a genuine student who has intentions to come back to their home country. Remember these tips, remember our outline, and let me know where you guys are at. Update me and what you've been doing in your statement of purpose. If you still struggling, I know it's hard to make a persuasive essay of that's like 5 to 10 pages long, but if you guys still need help, then I'm going on Instagram. I'm gonna be launching my Instagram soon for you guys to see some step-by-step videos that you don't really have to come to YouTube and just rewind and blah blah blah. So those videos are going to be individual, step by step, and you can just easily access it on your phone. It's just an Instagram. It's a quick video. I will be doing that really soon, and I promise you guys that I'm gonna give you more content, but it's been really hectic, busy with COVID, work, and school. So, and now I have a boyfriend. What am I thinking? But I really will try my best to do this for you guys. And I see that a lot of you have been coming here. A lot of you have been reaching out to me that you're finally coming to Canada and you want to meet up with me. I really want to meet you guys. So, but COVID, I know you guys have to quarantine, and you have to quarantine and you have to figure out your school stuff, but I'm more than happy to help you with anything regarding bank or getting your SIN number, which I'm going to talk about in my next video. But yes, I really want to meet you guys and I want to see you guys, and congratulations again to those who got their visa approved. And we're international. We're international now. I recently reached out to a friend from Jamaica. She told me that she followed my videos, followed my advice regarding her DIY application, and she got approved. I'm so excited for you to come here and visit me. For those of you guys who are planning to come to Toronto, especially, I will love to meet you guys as well. So get your application started. Really try hard. I'm still offering services like revising and editing your statement of purpose. If you guys still need a little bit more help, then please follow the Facebook group that we have and the new Instagram page that we're gonna have as well, for me to connect with you guys, because there are a lot of people that are asking a lot of questions and I can't really get to all of them. So I'm just gonna answer all the questions in videos. So just you guys can just tune in. Maybe the next week I'm gonna answer one of your questions. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, you guys, and please follow me on Instagram, my personal Instagram, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much. I know, like, sometimes I rattle too much and maybe you don't understand me, I don't know, but I did explain the best that I can.